Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and today is day number 19 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Blind Advent Calendar. There is an old saying, and that old saying is, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Well, a bunch of you were squeaking. Why can't I hear good? Oh, shaky. This is what happens when I give in to peer pressure. This is peer pressure right here. I look like the New Year's Eve ball drop blew up in my face. Am I glitter beard or glitter weird? That's a good question. Some people would say glitter weird, and I would agree, because this is just a little strange. Whatever. You know what? Let's ignore it. Let's not even mention it. Let's not even mention it. Let's start over, actually.
Hallelujah!
Welcome back to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and today is day number 19 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Blind Advent Calendar. I'm gonna pour a mystery whiskey into a glass, then I'm gonna taste it, score it, and guess what it is. How do I think today is gonna go? I don't know, but if this were an Olympic game, I bet I'd be earning a solid gold. Day number 19. America. Whew. Bring me to Pappy. 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 Hairspray. Very oaky and sweet. Maybe a bit of citrus, a little bit of orange. Yes. A little bit of maybe a golden delicious apple. I spin this glass for you, ba-rum-bum-bum-bump. Then I'll take a drink or two, ba-rum-bum-bum-bump. Ba-rum-bum-bum-bump. Rum-bum-bum-bump. Rum-bum-bum-bump. Oak and Coca-Cola. Ooh, maybe a bit of cherry Coke. The color on here is what some people would consider coffee. It's like a black coffee. It's like a cold brew coffee. The nose doesn't seem like a rounded oak. It seems more like a sharp, pointy oak. I'm having difficulty nosing this glass for some reason. A bit of a bummer that today is the day I chose not to smell very well, because the color of this and the potential this glass has upsets me that I can't smell that well. Did somebody put me at a disadvantage today because of maybe a barrier between my nose and a glass? Maybe. That could have happened. I'm not going to point any fingers or blame anybody. But if you're a viewer out there and you possibly may have tried to influence me into maybe doing something different with my appearance, and then I went ahead and listened, therefore making my ability to nose whiskey drop significant levels, I'm not blaming you. I'm starting to get past the oak and starting to get a layer deeper. A layer deeper meaning there seems to be some sort of really dark fruits, some squished prunes. There's some prune on here, and there's definite molasses. Oak, molasses, prunes, tobacco. This could be a finished whiskey. It could have some sort of like a cognac finish on it, or it could have maybe some sort of like maybe a port finish, possibly. I'm picking up a tiny bit of sulfur, and the sulfur note leads me to believe it could be finished. The more I nose this, the more I nose this. It's gotta be finished. It's gotta be. I mean, look at the color of it. Look at the color of it. Who are we kidding here? That either that's a finished whiskey or a whiskey that's 100 years old. I'm guessing finished. For a second, I felt like I was picking up some minerality on the nose. Maybe a little bit of minerality, which could lead down the road to Tennessee. The nose, potential. But let's see how it performs once it gets into the game. down the hatch. The heck is that? The world? All I got on that was some sort of Starbucks. A Starbucks reject. Somebody got a Starbucks and then they had to send it back because it was at least 40% alcohol. I don't think that's a rye whiskey. I think that's a bourbon whiskey. I think that's a bourbon whiskey, a finished bourbon whiskey. Very molassesy. Very pruny. It's like you took a wad of tobacco, a few prunes, a bunch of alcohol, a bunch of bourbon, and then molasses. Bloop. Molasses. I'm having what some people would consider to be a hard time if they're stupid, and what other people would consider to be a super easy time if they were extra super smart. I'd say it's hovering around 100 proof. It's finished. It's bourbon. Do I love it? Do I love day number 19? Not tremendously. It's good. I feel like we're in an Olympic sport. Whiskey tasting is a sport. When it ever goes to the Olympics or when there's professional leagues, I'm going to be the MVP. MVP of the WTL, the Whiskey Tasting League. I would be like the obese, short, ginger Kobe Bryant that people are just so astonished by. All right, Schlammered Claus, what do you score day 19? It's good. It's good. Schlammered Claus gives day 19 a 7.5. Schlammered Claus thinks this is good, but not very good. It's a good, it's pretty, it's a 7.5. 7.5 all day long. If I had to venture a guess, I would say this is a bourbon whiskey finished in cognac barrels. I would put a proof on it at roughly 98.6, and I would venture a random guess that it could possibly be Blood Oath. Results time. In the case of day 19, Matt, you are not the father. Bardstown Bourbon Company, The Prisoner. It is... okay. This is a bottle I do not own. I do not own this, but it is a bourbon finished in French oak red wine barrels. It is 100 proof, and it is George Dickel. If I would have taken my Dickel instinct on the nose and continued with it into the palate and thought about it more, maybe I would have got here. I was a little bit off, but I called Dickel on the nose. I said right around 100 proof, and I said it was a bourbon finished in some sort of barrel. I thought it was cognac, but I can't be right about everything, can I? Leave a comment below. Did I do enough to retain the gold? Or do I need to strip this baby clean and start brand new? Hopefully I did enough. Hopefully I did enough in the eyes of the judges to give me the credit where credit's due. Is anybody perfect? Just my wife. Hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe, leave a comment below. Did I do enough to retain the gold? That's all I need to know. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey, and like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on doing things for the people. If the people want something, you gotta give it to them, as long as it's something you can do. Sometimes what people request may require inhaling some sort of chemicals that could be harmful to your health. Sometimes what people want from you could require an extra shower, or maybe like a few hours of additional cleanup. But I owe it to all of you, all of the subscribers out there, all of the viewers. Without you, this channel would be nothing, which is actually a fact. And another fun fact, is that I'm hungry. I'm actually kind of hungry. What can I eat that won't wake up my wife? Can't start the microwave. Can't be a rattly plastic bag. Maybe I'll eat a bushel of bananas. That sounds quiet and filling. That's what I'll do. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow for day number 20, honey.